Hello, here's a factoring review video for those of you who are still needing assistance on this. So I need to factor this trinomial. Please recall that a is 1 in this case. It's the coefficient of your squared term. B is -9. It's the coefficient of your middle or linear term. And C is -36. It is your constant term. So we make an ACB, or a product sum chart. You're taking A times C. So we need factors of -36 that add up to -9. All right, so we have 1 and 36. Nope. We have 2 and -18. So that's -35. Nope. That's -16. Nope. We have 3 and -12. Yep, that is my winner. We like it when A is 1 because these numbers here are our factors. This just simply factors as n plus 3 and n minus 12. You can multiply and distribute and check yourself. N times n is n squared. 3 times -12 is -36. And when you add your inner and outer terms, you do in fact get -9. All right, so on number 2, in this case, A is 7, B is 33, and C is -10. So now when I make my ACB chart, I'm taking A times C. So 7 times -10 is -70. And B is 33. So I need to find factors of -70 that add up to 33. So I start off with 1 and 70, and it adds up to a positive. So therefore, the smaller number is going to have to be the negative. That adds up to 69. -2 and 35. That one is 33. That one is my winner. So we're going to factor this as A minus 2 and A plus 35. Many of you are going to leave it like this, and this is not going to be correct. You're going to try to speed through this. But if you multiply A times A, you will get A squared, and this has to be 7A squared. Also, when you multiply these last two, -2 times 35 is -70. This is supposed to be -10. I am not done. Anytime A is anything other than 1, I have to do that extra step. I have to divide both the number parts of my factors by 7 in this case, whatever your A is. 2 divided by 7, that does not divide. So your 7 is going to slide up in front of your A. So this factors as 7A minus 2. 35 divided by 7 is 5. So when it does divide, you divide it and leave it alone. Let's do a quick distribute and make sure we're correct. 7A times A, 7A squared. So far, so good. -2 times 5 is -10. And I assure you my inner and outer terms are going to match. So when A is anything other than 1, you have to remember to do this extra step right here. Number 3, I only have 2 terms, and they both have an x. And so this is a GCF kind of problem. So what is the biggest number-letter combination that divides into these two? Well, 3 and 27, they're both divisible by 3, and they both have an x. My GCF, when it comes to variables, will always be the smallest exponent. So I'm going to bring down my GCF, and now I'm going to divide. 3x squared divided by 3x is x. Negative 27x divided by 3x is negative 9. And the x minus 9 in parentheses doesn't factor down anymore, so I am all done. Number 4, I have two terms, 25a squared, so that's a perfect square. I have subtraction, 49b squared, that's also a perfect square. So anytime both of these numbers and the letters are perfect squares and you have a subtraction, I'm going to factor this as the difference of squares. The difference of squares says when you have a squared minus b squared, that factors as a plus b, a minus b. So I'm going to take the square root of 25a squared and get 5a. That's going to play the role of a, and it's going to go into the first part of my parentheses. Take the square root of 49b squared, and you get 7b. That's going to go in the second part of my parentheses. So this factors as 5a plus 7b, 5a minus 7b. I hope this factoring session helped.